Okay, I'm back with another video. Welcome, and all I can say is try and keep up with me here. Do you remember I just did a video, a couple of videos back on who's going to be in the Super Bowl final? I got that completely wrong, right? Not completely wrong. I mean, the Chiefs almost made it, and that was really the team that I was focusing on for being in the final. Yeah, the idea of the arrowhead, Odysseus's arrowhead, and the SoFi Stadium looking like an axe head, so the eye of the axe head, the arrow going through the eye of the axe head. That was my narrative that I was thinking was going to play out, and it didn't. But something so always interesting always seems to pop up, and so Chiefs lost, and I'm all of a sudden I am like, well, it's interesting. The Bengals are in it, and that, it is the year of the tiger, the water tiger, whatever it's going on about. So it's the year of the tiger, and I'm thinking, yeah, I remember that. It just got me thinking about this video, this Swish Swish video from Katy Perry again. The one that predicts Kobe Bryant's death in it, which I did a video on quite a while back now. And I broke down a lot of this stuff that's in here, but since then now, just looking at it again tonight, I've just picked up a few more things, a few more little breadcrumbs that I'm going to share with you now. So, as soon as the Bengals win, I'm thinking, oh, who's going to win out of the 49ers and the Rams? Because the Rams home game, that's a good idea to follow. The idea of coming home. And then, of course, the 49ers. Well, if you remember the dollar bill folds that we just looked at again, I did a clearer version of it. And when you do that dollar bill fold, you go 155 days from 9/11, which takes you to February the 13th, the date that we're of Super Bowl Sunday, and the date that's excuse me, the date that is hope that didn't come out too gross on the thing. So we've got the Super Bowl Sunday, February the 13th, and it's also the date that I am kind of thinking something major might happen. So, and of course, we've had a lot of references to like the Pepsi halftime stuff and a lot of Pepsi references over the course of my previous videos. So, and of course, that Pepsi reference is kind of an interesting reference back to Korea. But without getting too sidetracked, the 49ers, if you go that 155 days back the other direction, so instead of going to February the 13th, if you go the opposite direction 155 days, of course you get back to 4/9, which is the 9th of April. Which in fact, I believe that last video that I just watched of JL, he mentions that. So that's interesting again, that number's kind of popping up a bit. But so that's your 49 reference, your 49ers reference there. Not to mention the Golden Gate Bridge. So anyway, to cut a long story short, I'm thinking about this video and I'm like, well, they was playing the sheep in that, the wolves that were in sheep's clothing. So I'm shouting up to my daughter. I think there's about an hour left of the game, and I'm shouting up, "Rams are gonna win! Rams are gonna win!" Of course, everybody ignores me when I'm on my little rants, because I just sound insane anyway. So, anyway, so I don't really have any witnesses to me actually finally getting maybe half a prediction right, with about an hour left in the game. And I don't know exactly, but earlier on in the game, somebody had come downstairs. I can't remember which kid it was, but we'd asked who was winning, and the Rams weren't winning at that point, so it wasn't, it wouldn't have been a guess straight, just judging on watching the start of the game, I guess. But anyway, we've got the Rams versus the Tigers, yeah? Exactly the same thing that's going on in this video here. We've got the Tigers versus the sheep, yeah? So we've got the Bengals versus the Rams, sorry. That's what's going on, right? Anyway, I'm at the start of this video, and we're going to go through the stadium very, very quickly. Let's go through the stadium first, because I want to talk about this thing here. If you can see my cursor, I made my cursor bigger, but when it on the videos, it seems to be coming out the standard size, which is, I don't know why. Because I thought it'd be easier for people to see, so I'm gonna have to do something different there. This here, so we've got the wolf with the sheep's clothing on, and so we know this is a home game. So we've also got that there's going to be a Rams home game predicted here, which again is absolutely nuts that we've managed to, that the home game's been predicted here. This stadium, by the way, you would think it would be in America, but as it happens, I had a look, and this stadium is in, of all places, Poland, Warsaw, Poland. And I'm like, oh, because immediately I'm going, oh, I'm pretty sure, if I can remember my younger years when we were doing history, I'm pretty sure it was the invasion of Poland that started the Second World War. And I went and checked on Wikipedia, and yes, of course it is. And we got the bombing of Warsaw. They basically obliterated Warsaw. The Germans did. So oh, what more do I have to say? I don't know. Anyway, this is the stadium. It looks like a big eye, doesn't it? What's interesting is this thing in the middle here. If you watch JL, Jurassic Liars channel, he goes on about something happening to the Space Needle. Well, what have we got right in the center of this? This looks like the bloody Space Needle right in the center of this. It's absolutely nuts. We've got the screen, looks like a TV screen. That would be the monolith. This also looks like a big eye. Yeah, there's the pupil. This is the white of the eye, and then we've also got the corona crown coming around the edge with all these kind of pieces of trusses that are sticking up, holding the roof and the sides up. I guess I don't know what they're doing, but the structural steel coming around the side here, which looks like a crown, the corona. So, oh dear, just a huge amount of interesting stuff going on there with the stadium. Well, this was also interesting. This little line here, this is actually part of the title sequence, and this line is moving across. Let me just play it and you'll see what happens, right? But bear in mind, look at this thing. It looks like an arrow shooting into what this would represent the SoFi Stadium, yeah, and this would be the arrow shooting into the SoFi Stadium. It's just interesting that they decided to bring their these graphics on with this coming across like this. So anyway, watch just a second of it. See, that thing just comes across, and it's gonna put all the title and everything on there. Very interesting. Well, it gets even more interesting because they carry that theme on into the next scene. So of course that stadium represents the control system again, as does the SoFi Stadium. Is the control system, yeah. It's the eye shooting through the arrow shooting through, which the arrow is mankind coming out of the Matrix, yeah, being reborn out of the Matrix. Again, we've got Katy Perry sat on a blooming pyramid. The pyramid is the dam on the $1 bill, yeah. If we go back to that dollar bill fold, I don't know where I got it up here. I thought I had it up here, but it looks like it's disappeared now. What's this one? Remember when I fold that, when we do that fold, this becomes the dam, and then this is all flipped up the other way, by the way. This is the top of the dam here, and of course, if this is the top of the dam, yeah, and this is the bridge, this is the Pat Tillman Bridge, and then this bottom part here looks like water coming out of the bottom of the dam, right? This is the Vesica Pisces right here, the point at which man is going to pop out, right? And where's Katy Perry in this video? If you know what I'm talking about here, you've got to go back to the dollar bill fold and all will be explained. because I mean, maybe somebody clicks on this video first and doesn't know what the hell I'm going on about here. But we got Katy Perry sat at the top of this thing. So this would be the bottom of the dam. Look where how she's posed here with her legs spread and a ball. You know, this you you just can't write this stuff. Every time I go back through this video, something else appears, you know. This ball here, I'm going to show you a shot later on in this video. There's a guy with his head painted as a ball, yeah? This is the head of man coming out of the Vesica Pisces of the system, right? This is what's being displayed here. It's absolutely insane, you know, absolutely nuts. But this is what's coming out, right? And you got to pull it out and throw it down, and this whole system's going to crash. But again, I think I may have gone by this now. Hang on a minute, let's see if we can get these. Let's back it up a little bit more. I wish you could expand out this thing and get a little bit more fine control with that, with being able to back this thing up. Right, now watch here again. I'm going to play just a very second, a minute. Watch for that arrow again that was at the start. There it goes. It comes right at the top of the pyramid and comes across. The arrow shooting again. I mean, if these are people just doing a video and not thinking about it, it's just interesting the way stuff's coming through, isn't it? Or is this all planned out? Is this Kubrick style planning here? That's something you've got to ask yourself. Anyway, she's gonna she's basically, we'll just watch this. Gonna birth this head out of her body out, and then it's gonna get dropped out now. And there she goes. And now the system's falling. So she's right in this point. She's playing the, you know, the system, right? Playing the role of the system here. And this is the fall of the system. Now, watch what happens at this point. Now, this guy is doing the cleaning. If we can get to it, this guy's doing the cleaning in the background, and he gets hit by this flying ball from there. Yeah. Again, you know, what do we do the cleaning with? This represents the Hoover. Yeah, this is the old version of the Hoover. Before they put the vacuum part on to suck the dirt up, this is what this was. This is a sweeper. Swish swish, come on, keep up. So this represents, again, we're referring back to, I say we're referring back to the Hoover, they're referring back to the Hoover, or somebody, or consciousness itself is referring us back to the Hoover here. And this is the collapse of the Hoover. Falls over. Interesting. Okay, I really want this to be quick. So Swish Swish, we just talked about that. We got the Bengals versus the Rams. Okay, I mean, you just can't write this stuff. I mean, I really don't want to spend. Now, you could go back and look at my other video. I talk about some of this other stuff in here, but to be quite honest, there's Jenna the Rainmaker. Yeah, Jennifer, the sidekick of Marty, the sidekick of actually quite a lot of stuff, and the Rainmaker kind of reminds me of Rain Man again as well. But the Rainmaker is the fictional waters coming down, you know. Also the idea of the deluge, you know. I mean, you know, you could go a million different routes with this stuff, but there she's playing Kobe, right? Coach Terry. Okay. Now, what do I want to say? I don't really want to get too crazy into this, you know, looking at every little scene, because you could spend literally hours on this. And at a couple of points, I only just noticed these, this lot here. I don't know what to make. You know, I mean, this one over here gets knocked down in it. I mean, we're going to keep our eye on that here later on. I don't really know what to make of it. Let's keep going down. Come on. So right at the start of this, let's just go through what's happening. Is that the Tigers are playing terrible. They can't win. Obviously they can't win against the Wolves. There are supposedly sheep. So we have there's a little 0, and then we have a 2 reference, which we just saw. And there's several references to numbers on that scoreboard going through this, and actually I think 20 and 22 pop in there as well, which is interesting. This is interesting. At 2 minutes 14, or around 2:13 to 14, we're doing this. 2:12, actually it should start around 2:11 if it's going to start anywhere, according to, which is again, that would be the death of man, if you like. And look there, we've got the fall going on right there, the fall of man. I don't know, going into the stars, I don't know. Interesting, kind of tumbling over into the heavens and then back to earth, maybe. Interesting. I mean, like I said, to really do this correctly would take me a little bit of, I don't know what that represents there. We've obviously got the eyes without a face reference there, with all the mask wearing that's been going on. That idea of Billy Idol. Again, he's got a bunch of stuff that's heavily referencing this stuff. But the eyes without a face, when you put the mask on, you're the eyes without the face. When does football season start? Interesting they put that in there, yeah. I mean, it's just nuts. There's the injection. Everybody getting their injection now, like good people. But they're still not playing good, even though they have the Kobe shot. And it'd been better if they called it Kobe P. I try to keep my language good. But here we go. Some banter going on. Oh, here's the guy. They make a point of having this guy here. This is the guy. This is the head. Baldy. Here he comes. Yeah. This is the reference back to what that ball was representing at the start. Yeah, it's the head. Just interesting, Again, oh yeah, that's interesting. We've got the 22 right where that guy is, and at this point, this is the Kobe death thing as well going on, which is she's getting spun round in the helicopter thing by this dude, and at the same point, right at this point is, come on, where are we at? Oh, there she is. So while Kobe's getting spun round in the helicopter out of control, Coach Molly's doing the old death pose with her hands crossed here, like a corpse, Anyway, there's the 24 reference. I had something to say about that, and 42 as well. I ain't going to worry about it right now. And there's Jenna the Rainmaker, which is interesting. She's wearing 86. Yeah, a super good reference for the number of man. And right at this point, yeah, the ball, the head of man, is going to go flying and hit this old girl over, which is a guy dressed up as a girl in drag. If we could just get to the point, Dan. Come on, baby. Come on. Let's do this thing. Oh, right, there. I don't know what you... I mean, I only get to it. I mean, it was just interesting because I thought of Betty White dying with this thing going on here. And the ball... So she gets knocked over. Pay attention to this sign here. Yeah, the Hoover logo. Also the no smoking, the Ground Zero logo, however you want to look at it, but definitely the Hoover logo here. Now watch this. As she gets hit, it might be worth just, if I can just, look, here comes the ball, right? Boom. Betty White goes down. I mean, any other person that could be is Dolly Parton, maybe. Who's Betty White? And watch this sign start folding up. See that? Interesting, isn't that? That goes down at that point. Yeah, and this is like referencing back to, this is the old girl. Yeah, like the Golden Girls were old girls. Yeah, Betty White, even though it's a tiger, going down. Interesting. The Hoover logo going down, and who else is going to go down at this point as well? Let's see if we can get right here. So we have this reference back to the start again, back to the guy that was doing the sweeping, the hoovering. Boom, going down as well. I thought this was interesting. I noticed this the last time, and I just got a hint of White Rabbit here. Little paws here, a little head, and two little ears. If you can follow my cursor around that thing, I just thought it obviously isn't a rabbit in there, but it's just funny the way stuff shows up in the background. I don't know what it is. It's probably, I don't even know what that is in there, but yeah, it's just interesting the way stuff shows up. Anyway, we can't stop with the White Rabbit. I think. Well, hang on a minute. I don't know if that was on that. I was looking at this, and let's go to the top again. Look, it was right here. I thought I was nuts. I was looking at this earlier, and I'm like, oh, bloody, look at this White Rabbit here as well. It's just crazy. Follow the White Rabbit, you know, the two bunny ears on each side of the dollar bill there, yeah? So that's what's going on there. Anyway, at that point, Kobe goes down again, yeah? And I just love that it's we got a hand reference, you know? Just like when Marty starts to die, you know, she's broken a fingernail here, but and there's some things that means in I don't know to call it palmistry or palmology or whatever they call that. It means, you know, there's some references here to what that means, or rather, in my last video I talked about it, but it's just interesting that the hand again, and you'll see through this thing that the arm and the hand is referenced. You know, this is the thing that makes the fiction happen. Yeah, this is the thing that creates the fiction, manifests the fiction. Yeah, so the idea of the beast being the hand, yeah, or on the wrist or wherever, on the back of the hand or wherever it is, right, and on the forehead. You know, where do you have the imaginary idea, the fictional idea from? You have forethought. You have, it comes from the forehead, right? And it's manifested with the hand. This is why these are the mark of the beast. You already have that mark of the beast. It's just how you apply yourself in life, how you keep yourself balanced. Anyway, she goes down. This is the death of man. Again, death of mankind. And we're at the halftime show. And we've got Nicki Minaj, and she's Nicki Minaj? I'm not sure if I'm saying that right. But anyway, this is a CGI version of her, I'm pretty sure. That's my guess anyway. And Katy Perry Kobe Perry is looking at it like, can't quite believe my eyes, if we can get a shot of her looking at her while she's doing this is Pepsi colours as well, which is interesting. The Pepsi halftime show. Korea. What else do I say, you know? Is something fake going to happen at halftime? Interesting. She's fake. Let's see if we can get a. You'll have to watch this video and see what I'm saying. Oh, bloody hell, look, she can't believe her eyes. Anyway, get it together. So after the halftime show, this is nuts, because it looks like after the halftime show everybody gets their act together. Man is reborn at this point, maybe. And what is interesting as well, at this point, look, they're using the fiction to their advantage. Yeah, this is a cutout picture of the other guy, and this guy's going to go for him. Yeah. Man is now using the fiction to his advantage. Look, boom, and the real guy's running past. You see what's going on here? Katy Perry, or Kobe Perry, is going to shoot the ball a number of times, and then a stand-in guy, a look-alike, is going to help Kobe Perry, Katy Perry, win. the game. Yeah, this is the fictional man again. Fictional person. Yeah, this is like, and Katy Perry represents the real man, right? So, and when I say man, I'm talking mankind. Yeah, because don't get confused with man and woman. Whenever you hear woman, like in the Bible, if you hear woman referred to, what they're talking about is the fictional side of the system. Yeah, a man is talking about humankind. Right? When we're talking about man, we're talking about the physical man and woman. Yeah, the physical body. Yeah, but both men and women. Because I think there's a lot of confusion out there. I mean, maybe not every time, you hear that is that the proper, proper interpretation, but a large, if you apply that to your thinking, stuff will make more sense. Let's put it that way. So this is even though this is a man here being the fiction, yeah, being the fictional person, it would be better if this was a woman. But that's what's going on here. This is the copy. Yeah, this is the twin that's going to now work in favor of mankind. Yeah, so we've taken back control of the fiction. Yeah, and this applies to the legal system, taking back control of not allowing your fictional person to be controlled, basically, and control you, therefore control you. So the driving license is not you, the birth certificate is not you. That is something completely separate. That's something that's owned by the system. It's their thing, even though they can't actually own anything. That's their thing, right? So, without getting too sidetracked, that's what's going to happen there. Actually, it would have been interesting to see the final score. I don't know where that was even at, but Melonhead blows up, and all kinds of stuff goes on. Again, he's the coach for the fictional system, and it's blowing up again. How many times are they going to put that in there? I don't know. And that's it. I mean, I don't think there's anything else to say about this. But I'm thinking, so we got the Bengals, and I'm thinking Tiger. Okay, I am going to just have a quick look at Eye of the Tiger, because that song is well known. It's sort of synonymous with Rocky, the films, I guess. So I'm like, well, I gotta go listen to it, don't I? Because of course it's Survivor as well. But I think it's Survivor, isn't it? Well, we'll see in a second. That sing the song. So I already thinking in my mind, there'll probably be a bunch of stuff in here. And one thing I would like to know, if anybody knows this, at the end of this. Let me see. Come on. This dude shows up. It's just kind of random. This dude here. Who's this guy? I don't know. But it's interesting that he's got this Air Force military type tail end of a plane on his shirt. I just thought that was interesting as well. But I don't know who that guy is. He looks like he's some kind of basketball player, but who, I don't know. Anyway, be interested to know who he was. Right, where was I going? Eye of the Tiger. Okay. Again, Eye of the Tiger. Coming out of the eye, yeah? So anyway, I click on it. And of course, Rocky. I mean, you could look at that several different ways. Sylvester Stallone actually did a film called Over the Top, where he was doing arm wrestling. He was a truck driver. There was a competition in Vegas. It was funny because of all this stuff going on with the Canadian truckers right now. And again, there's a lot of symbolism in that film. Again, like with Rain Man, them going on their little odyssey, their little voyage. Again, he does the same with his son, but in a truck. We've got the father and the son this time, bonding. Um, so a lot of the same ideas anyway in that film. Anyway, I'm getting well sidetracked because all I was going to say was, you look at Rocky, and of course you've got Rambo as well. We've got the Rams playing Rambo, but we've got Rocky roll the rock away um, from the cave, from the tomb. Yeah, that rock, the moon, has to roll from in front of the sun. The corona disappears, the sunlight comes back, the black pearl turns back into the beautiful goddess, and everything's reset. The old crony's gone. I'm just losing track of where I'm at. But anyway, let's get on with this bloody Eye of the Tiger real quick before I get sidetracked onto something else, because I'm trying to do this video quick. So I'm clicking through it. I'm actually watching it. I'm like, oh, where are they at? There's a lot of strip clubs and it looks like casinos, and I'm like, right, I'll just look it up. Anyway, it says they're in Vegas, so I'm just going to believe that they're in Vegas, right? So they're walking down what would probably be the old Vegas Strip, I don't know, downtown Vegas. And the first place that they walk into, we do have a little Hoover Dam sign back there, but that's, it's just a street sign down. And there's a bunch of other numbers and bits and bobs that pop up in the background that are, And anyway, come on, get to the point. We've got to get to this first bit where they're walking to the back room to play their things. They're going down the alleyway. Don't forget what the alleyway is, the place where you can come out. You know why I'm laughing now, people that watch my stuff. Where are we? We're in a a plumbing supply house or something. We got baths, we got sinks up on the wall here. I mean, this is just nuts. With all the stuff, with the toilet, um, all the different references to the toilet, with the toilet paper and the Washington's head, and the whole idea of the washing room, and Neo in the last film coming through the toilet to be reborn, the pipe work, and I mean, for them to be walking through here is just like, I just can't write this stuff, I tell you. Anyway, they're coming through that lot, going down the stairs into this back room. For some reason, straight away we've got a clock. I'm like, yeah, we'll have a clock. It would have been better if they put two clocks, like for the Hoover Dam, but got the clock tower. Okay. We've got the we've got a car with the hood removed. You can figure out what that means, surely. And then there's just a bunch of little references in here. I mean, it doesn't look like anything. To the average person, you probably wouldn't pick up on it. Let's back that up just a touch. Look, we've got these two boxes up here. I'm like, if you were watching Matt, Quantum of Conscience, hello, Twin Towers right here, I mean, that's what that is. This is here we go again. And you'll be saying, oh, you're reaching now, Dan, but we've got kind of a ladder effect with this sack truck here, with the Twin Towers and this ladder effect, the stairway type thing, I mean, where do you draw the line at what means what here and what's just being chucked in, just being chucked in to sort of, I don't know, make things look a bit more interesting. Well, the clock happens to looks like it's on, it's either 7 or 8 past 5. At least in that place there, it looks actually it's different. I don't know, but somewhere in there anyway. I looked at it and it looks to be like it's at 8 minutes past 5. Look, I mean, look with the drums here. They got the pyramid, the red pyramid here, set up around the drums. I mean, there's stuff in here, but there's no point in sitting here going on about it. We'll just flick through because I think this is about the end of it. You know, they just go back out on the street once they get done singing. There's the clock. There's a bit better shot of it. Look, I mean, I don't know. Is that 8 or is that 7? But it's close enough. Look, Canada again. I'll just talk about Canada with the truck drivers again. Canada Dry. But it's 8 past 5 there. So, I mean, you know, we've got the 85, the balance numbers right there. The fictional with the physical. Yeah, if you don't know what I'm talking about, you've got to go back and look at some of my older videos. But, you know, I mean, you just can't. It's just insane, you know. We got the beret on his head like he's special ops or something, you know. I mean, just, you know, I mean, I'm trying to think if there's anything else really that's worth pointing out in here, you know. Yeah, Survivor. So, who's going to survive is the question. Who is going to survive? If you're in alignment with God, if you have faith, and what do I want to say? If you've got faith and you are living a balanced life, and you are, you know what? You're independent from the fiction. Yeah. Once you become independent from the fiction, you know, you've got a good chance of surviving, I guess, and not dying in that system. That's the way. That's the way I would look at it. You know, be looking at it. But again, once you realise what this place is, there's nothing really to be fearful of. I mean, obviously, it's a great privilege to have as much time as you're given to do whatever you've got to do, and you should enjoy that time, not sit huddled at home, you know, worried about anything. So, what you'll find is that people that are, I don't know, there's a certain set out of people out there that the apocalypse actually looks like a very could be, it will be an extremely beneficial thing to mankind, especially, you know, because I mean, if you're looking out the window now at the world that we've created and you think that it's okay, then there's something wrong with you. You know, I mean, I mean, you're not seeing the full picture. You know, something's not quite right. So when you get to that realization that there's something wrong with the outside reality that we've created, you've got to realize that that thing can't survive any longer. You know, and anything you do related to that thing, involving that thing, you just empowering it every time you interact with it almost, you know. I mean, how many Christians vote for government? Probably an awful lot. And not having to go at Christians or anything, but, you know, you can't be a Christian and vote for government. You just can't. It's a contradiction. Anyway, I suppose I better leave the video there. You know, I hope you enjoyed. And all right, well, I'll catch you on the next one, I guess. All right, cheers, bye.